child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you when to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Remember the big three themes that are moving the markets because they're all firing on all cylinders, all three of them. The rollout is accelerating now in the vaccine. That's the most important thing. The stimulus is go big is winning. It's going to be 1.5 to 1.9 trillion, somewhere around that. It's not going to be below a trillion. That's what the market believes. And the earnings 2021 numbers are accelerating, and it's not the Q4 numbers. They were good, but the market doesn't move on the Q4 numbers, even beating. It's the 2021 estimates that have been moving up.
Unbelievable. What a bunch of BS that is. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. This is the only place you're going to get the truth. We have a mess on our hands. Yes, everybody's been making, I shouldn't say everybody, but many people, especially professionals, have been making money in this market since 2008 on QE, quantitative easing. It's unbelievable. Few people understand what even QE is, what the scam is. I mean, think about this market. It's gone up over 475% without having companies to have profits. Almost 33% of the S&P 500 companies really don't even have any profits. In fact, if you take the S&P 500 companies right now, about 45% of the companies, all tech. I was telling my members this morning, all you got to do is just sit there and keep buying the ETFs for tech. Because all they're going to keep doing is printing more money, and they're going to be taking that money and they're going to keep shoving it right back into keeping interest rates down to zero. They're going to keep pushing those interest rates at zero. You got all these people coming in off the street. All retail customers don't know what they're doing. They always do this every time right before the crash. And what are they buying? Tech stocks. You got all these young kids that are coming into the market between 25 and, say, 45 years old. I guess when you get 74 years old, 45 seems awful young. But they're all coming in buying the same 5-6 stocks. We have 500 stocks in the S&P. Nobody cares about any of them, just 5 or 6. All you have to do right now, if you're just smart, you take most of all your cash, take half of it, at least half or 3/4 of it, and I'd put it outside the market, number one. Minimum half your cash, put it outside the market. Just, in other words, take it out of the market. Leave the other cash in and just stay with the big top tech stocks, the big XLK. That's an ETF, XLK and SMH. If you look on a chart, they've been leading this market. If you go look at XLK, why would you buy anything else except XLK? If you go and take a look, if you go to my site, philsgang.com, go to my site right now. If you have a mobile device, you can see this. Just go back from February 2nd. Look what you see from February 2nd today. Look that if you see the pattern, that's called the consensus. Okay, that is a very, very tight pattern. When you see a pattern like that, what it's telling you is like the cattle. It's like the herd mentality. Okay, you got all these people. So think about it. Our volume went from 7 billion to 15 billion. It doubled. So why don't we just think about it this way here? Pretend we had instead of 7 million people in the market, we now went to 15 million people in the market. Think of it that way. That's astonishing. It's just crazy. And the new people that came into the market don't know what the hell they're doing. All they're going to do is they're going to follow the cattle. They've got this herd mentality. So don't be in there buying your individual tech like Facebook, because you'll never get out in time because you don't know what you're doing. 85% of the people who lose money in the stock market, I tell you this every day, because they don't know when to get out. So what you should do is get into the big tech stock ETF. When you look at the VIX index, which is the fear meter, you know it's now below 20%, it's at 15%. That's astonishing. That's incredible. When the VIX is high, the fear meter's high, you buy everything you can, because that means the stock market's collapsed. That's when you buy stocks. when the VIX is high. When the VIX is high, you buy. Okay, that means everybody's so fearful, the market, just like in February. In February, you go look at February, you go look at, I tell you, just put the VIX index. On March 18th, we had the highest fear ever in this market. That's when the market crashed. Remember February down to March 16th? That's when you buy a stock. And that's what we bought. My members bought all the oils that we bought, the airlines. Nobody's buying airlines. Nobody was buying cruise lines. Nobody was buying Vegas stocks. Who was buying Vegas? They thought you were nuts. Nobody was buying oil. Well, that's what we bought. Because those are the stocks nobody wanted. Because when the fear meter's so high, okay, and that means that everybody's so scared that you got to be buying the stocks that collapsed. And when the pandemic came out, oh, nobody's going to go to casinos now. Nobody's going to go to Disneyland. Nobody's going to go in an airplane. Oh, all you had to do is be patient and wait. And the returns we got on those stocks were huge. But you just don't stay in them. Now everything's reversed. Fear's gone. The fear is totally gone. Everybody's gone nuts. So now the VIX is low and the stock market is the highest it's been. And people are coming in buying stocks at the highest point. Are they nuts? This happens every time. Now, the difference between when we had the dot-com, or 1987, and all the other crashes, the dot-com crash, we never had QE. We never had where the Federal Reserve would come in and borrow money. And think about what they're doing. They're coming in now, the Federal Reserve, and what they're doing is the government's borrowing money. Like, for example, this next stimulus package, the $2 trillion. How are they going to pay for it? They borrow money from you, or they borrow money from China by selling you a treasury. That treasury's got to be paid back. That's debt. So they're going to sell you that treasury. Now, that has to be paid back. All we got is more debt. I mean, it's just insane what's going on. People have no clue. So right now, the fear meter, right now, when people should be getting out of the market or getting ready to short, they're now coming in and buying. So that's going to push the market. And why? Because they're going to announce another stimulus. And that's going to be pushing the market up even more. So the idea is to make money as this market keeps going up on stimulus, when the market is at the most dangerous point ever. Just like it was right before the dot-com crash, right before the housing crash. Remember, the market in the dot-com crash, 3 days before it crashed, was overpriced by about 158%. The housing crash about 3 days before it crashed was up about it was overpriced by 155%. Right now, we're overpriced by over 200%. Can you imagine that? 200%. So the idea right now, the fear meter is the lowest ever. And when the fear meter is the lowest ever, that's when you should be selling. But the reason why nobody's selling, because the stimulus keeps pushing the market up artificially. So you can make a lot of money here. You just got to know when to get out. You just got to know what group to be in and when to get out. And that's where we come in. And I'll explain that when I get back. What are you, nuts? This is nuts.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Hope you listen to my show on my YouTube channel. And Friday, I put my number 6 edition of how we are coming closer to the crash. He's got a lot of hits, doing very well. But it's bringing you right up through the end of each week. I review the week and explain why I believe we're getting closer to the crash. Now, as we're getting closer to this crash, we can see what's going on. Just like all the other crashes, they all do the same thing. You get the most people coming in to buy stocks ever. They always come at the very end because they've been sitting on the sidelines watching the market going up, 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 up. They can't stand it anymore. Now when they hear the word stimulus, they've been associating now, stimulus, gee, I noticed the stock market goes up. Stimulus, the market goes up. Gee, companies don't have to make any money anymore. As long as they say stimulus, go up. Just remember when Trump every day was saying, and Kudlow was saying, and by the day, Kudlow, they just gave him a show. He's going to be at 4 o'clock on MS and Fox Business. Are you kidding me? CNBC threw him off when he had his own show, finally, because he would tell people not to watch the bond market. Don't believe the bond market. The bond market is the only truth in this whole stock market. You want the truth, if you want to know what the stock market is doing, what the economy is doing right before a crash, you always watch the bond market. The bond market is never wrong. The Treasury market has never been wrong once in 200 years as to the state of the economy. When those Treasury yields start going up and they start climbing like they are now, okay, it always tells you, okay, with the economy going forward is getting worse. Things are getting worse. And then, when, like I said, when you see the fear meter, where the fear is so unbelievable right now, but the market, it's either climbing that wall of fear. As the more fear, the more the stock market goes up. And people are all chasing it. So as I said before the break, all you have to do if you want to make money and take advantage of this. Now, we don't know how much longer. It's going to be different this time, only from the point of view, we're going to have a crash. There's no question, it's the biggest crash in history. But also on the flip side of it, everybody's chasing this market right now, and everybody's chasing. Think about it. We've gone from 7 billion to 15 billion a day. They're all chasing the same 5-6 stocks. Why would you want to be into anything other than XLK, which is the big tech stocks, that's the ETF, or SMH, which is the semis? This is where all the money is going. Don't try to find that hot stock. There's no such thing as a hot stock. Now, the banks, they're trying to push these banks up. They're trying to force the banks up because they know if they don't, and the banks started to break out a little bit today. XLF, that's the ETF, started to break out a little bit. I've been watching this for my members breaking out because they know to keep the stock market going, the crooks on Wall Street have to keep the banks, got to be the leader. You got to have the banks always leading. If the banks don't lead, then your other stocks aren't going to go up. Nobody's got faith in the market, meaning the big institutions, the big hedge funds, the big insurance companies, the big boys, they don't have no faith in the market. They get scared if they don't see the banks going up. They know the banks are in trouble. If the banks are going up, then they have faith in the market. So the big boys right now are pouring all their money into, guess what, the big tech. But I want to go back to what's going on here. Right now, the government is going to keep raising money. Think what they've been doing. They go raise money, okay, not to give to some small company or a startup business, which they should be. They're raising money to go to a company that's in trouble on Wall Street, and they buy their treasuries from them. They buy their assets from them. So a company's in trouble on Wall Street, okay? They go and say, we'll buy your assets, we'll buy your treasuries, we'll buy your mortgage-backed securities, we'll buy all your garbage, and we'll give you a credit card. Keep spending. Isn't that stupid? So what they're basically doing is funding companies that are going out of business to keep them going up. So when you knock everything out of the way, shake everything up, you got 5-6 companies that drive the market, and these 5-6 companies all have to do with tech. So what the hell are you doing in anything else than in a tech ETF? So we can ride this market for as long as there's stimulus. They could do another 5, 6, 7 stimulus. This whole market's been stimulated since 2000. For 13 years, they've been stimulating the market to go up. For 13 years, we haven't had profits. We haven't had profits. Corporations aren't taking money. The CEOs aren't taking any of their profits or borrowing any money to put it back into their company. They're not plowing money back into their companies. They don't care about their companies. A CEO today could care less. He drives in the morning, the sign's broken, the door's broken, the window's broken, the machinery's broke, they use duct tape. They could care less. Every penny they get, they're going to use to buy their own stock back. But 99.9% of the people have no idea what the fear meter is. They have no idea what the VIX index is. So they're not going to have any idea that they should be cautious and be ready to get out. I mean, it's pretty simple. When you look at the VIX index, it's telling you that this market right now is so overbought, so dangerous, it's below 20. Below 20. So see, what you're seeing is the smart money taking their money out, and when they take their money out of the market, they don't put it in a Christmas savings. They don't put it under a mattress. They put it in a group, whatever group is the most powerful, and that's tech. And they all follow each other. So please, if you're going to be in the market, either buy XLK ETF or buy SMH or buy KRE. That's the mid-cap stock, small mid-cap stocks. Those are the banks, small mid-cap banks. And if all you did is follow me with KRE, the small mid-cap banks, follow me with XLK, the big tech guys, including the FANG stocks, which, remember, 44% of the weight of our market right now, the S&P, is all tech. So you own all the stock you own all the tech stocks, XLK, $138 a share, you own them all, and you're nice and safe. And you'll know when to get out before it crashes. Every one of my members will know when to get out, and then when it's time to get out, we'll set ourselves up so when it goes down, we'll be shorting. So we don't care if it goes up for another day, another 3 weeks, another 4 weeks. Just remember this. It was the dot-com crash 3 days. 3 days after it was overpriced at 158%. Stocks overpriced by 158%. We're overpriced in stocks over 200% right now. Market's still going up. All stimulus.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1-900-020.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome to philsgang.com. Get your chart free for 10 days and a membership free for 10 days, and you'll see it works. At the end of 10 days, you'll know. If it doesn't work, then say, that was a waste of time. No contract, nothing. Get it free for 10 days, but it works. Let me explain something. Like I was telling you, take Apple. Everybody buys Apple, right? Well, when you know what you're doing, you've been doing, I've been doing this. As I say, I've been on this earth for 74 years, been doing this for 50 years. It's all about one thing. There's no such thing as the hot stock. That's the fake business news network trying to get you excited. They drive you. They drive you to this stock. They drive you to that stock because they buy it first, and they want you to support the stock they're in. They want you to support the stock they're in. Here, give you an example. Listen to this poor lady here with Kramer. Listen to this. Right here. Okay, ABBV.
I took your recommendation on AbbVie. The stock has struggled over the last week, even though it beat earnings expectations. Would you recommend adding to my position?
Yes,
here?
I would. And it's interesting. One of the reasons why it's stalled here, frankly, is that Botox is a very big part of its business, and people aren't going, using Botox cosmetically as much as they'd like right now because of the pandemic. But I think it's very good. I think that their migraine franchise is amazing, and the drugs that are replacing Humira are on target. AbbVie is a very inexpensive stock at 8 times earnings, and you know that because you're a member of the ActionAlertsPlus.com club. And I think you can buy AbbVie with that 5% yield and feel very good.
Everything he's saying is garbage. Who cares about the 5% yield? Who cares about the Botox? Who cares about any of that? I don't care what this thing does. It could do cartwheels. It could make peanuts. It could make flying monkeys. I could care less what the stock does. She's in the stock now when my chart is telling me the institutions are pulling money out. So here, I'll give you an example. I wish you'd go to my site and see it. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and if you got a mobile device, you'll see this. So very simple. And this is so simple. So let's take ABBV. Now, when she should have bought that is when we had a strong buy signal. And that was on November 5th. Right around November 5th, November 4th, November 5th. It was around $93, the stock. It was around $93. Perfect buy signal, turned green, beautiful. Then we stayed with our discipline. When the stock went up, as the stock went up, and then we got out. Then we got out right around $97. We got around about we got around about $99. We got $102. We got out $102. $102 we were out. Now that's a 10% gain, but the stock continued to go up. But we didn't stay in it. See, if we stayed in it from, let's say, 102 all the way up to 112, we could have done that. But from 102 to 112, that's a high risk. So we got a return from getting in this stock. We'll just round it off. We got in on around $93, rounded off $93, and here I'm going to give you the exact number. Got in around $93, and then we got out of the stock. Okay, we were very disciplined, and we got out of the stock at around 107, 93 to 107. There it was. That's a 15% return. Now we could have gotten an additional if we went from let's say 93 up to 112 or 113. That would have been that's an extra 6%. But why go for the extra 6%? Because that's a risk. So we stay always in the area of the highest, my chart will keep you in the area of the highest probability of not losing money. That's the key. It's not about making money. And you can say, that's strange. It's the same thing when you work. If you have passion for what you do, you go to work, you can't wait to go to work. You want to go to work. You love what you do. The money comes automatically. You don't even know how much money you're making. But if a person goes to work just to make money, he lives a miserable existence, and he never improves himself. He's there just to make the money. He hates what he's doing. But it's the same thing with a stock. If you go in with a stock and you just go and get that small piece out of it where you say, I want to get in with the highest probability. It's not how much money I'm making. I want to be in an area, the highest probability, how much money that I'm not going to lose money. So that you got a nice little 10, 15%. Why go the rest of the way? It doesn't make any sense. Take Apple. Here's another one, Apple. And this is the other thing. Where he's got her today getting in the stock, it's ridiculous. Money's coming out of that stock. She's going to get killed. Take Apple. Here's an actual example. AAPL, Apple. In Apple, okay, same thing. In Apple, we got into Apple. It was right around $115. This round off was 116. And it went from 116, and we got it right in this what we call a sweet spot, and we got out at $124 or $129, which is about 11%, something like that. 11%. Now, I could have picked up another 15%. But no, why do that? Because I want to take and get the 11% where I have the highest probability of not losing money. Now, once you're making money and most of the money you're using is house money, then go the rest of the way. Then you can move over into the risk area. But my chart will keep you right in that area where you have the highest probability of not losing money, which is going to make you most money. And the most important thing, it tells you when to get out. 85% of you are never going to make money in this market because you're never going to get out in time. But the point is, you want to get a bite of the cheese. You don't want to choke on the whole piece of cheese. Just get a nice bite of the cheese. If you were just making a return on your money of 5% a month. Just 5% a month. You know how much that is at the end of the year? That's incredible. And that's without shorting the stock. You double it by shorting it. But let's just play it conservative. You always want to be in that stock where you have the highest probability. And this is a great, right here, Apple is just a perfect position. So now what's going on? So now they got everybody running this market, and they're printing. The government. Here's what the government's doing. They're printing money. The Federal Reserve, not the government. The Federal Reserve is printing all this money called stimulus money. Got another $2 trillion. And what does stimulus does? It does nothing for the economy. It doesn't grow the economy. It doesn't create jobs. It does nothing. The only thing the stimulus money does is shoot the stock market up, pushes it up. That's all it does. But it can't stay there. It's like a whale. It's like a shark. It's got to keep swimming. So they got to do another stimulus. And they got to come up with another story to keep this thing going up. And now you got more people coming to the stock market than ever. Because they connect the dots now. Every time they hear somebody on CNBC or Fox or Boomy Bergs, the stimulus, people are starting to think, gee, stimulus money goes up. Stimulus, oh boy, I'm going to get into Tesla. Oh boy, I'm going to get into this one. Ridiculous. If all you do is just take the symbol, I'll give it to you, XLK, that's the big tech ETF. So you own all the big tech stocks, including the FANG stocks, everything, in one basket. I always believe that you put all your eggs in one basket and watch the basket. I always believe I want to catch the stock where it's the highest probability of not losing money. I'd rather make a 10% return knowing when I put my money in, I'm going to invest, I'm going to make that 10% return. I can sleep at night, and it's in the highest probability area of I'm not going to lose money. Is it worth it for me to go another 15% on top of that? Only if that money I have is the house's money. Then we take more risk. But the problem is people are taking risks with their own money instead of the money they make, because they never make money in the market. Few people make money in the market because they lose it. The idea is to get in the market and to take the least risk and start buying stocks that you know what the hell you're doing. And then when you buy a stock and say, I'm going to make sure this is going to be a very low risk investment for me. Now you get it. Now you get it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let PhilsGang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. PhilsGang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to PhilsGang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Please listen to me on my YouTube channel. Remember, every Friday I do another edition. We did number 6 on Friday. This Friday be 7 as I lead you all the way up to the crash. And I give you review the week and why I think we're closer to the crash or why we're not closer to the crash. But again, it's so hard to get across to folks that the important thing is when you invest in a stock, you want to get into the stock with the mindset, I'm going to buy the stock where I have the highest probability of not losing money. Once you get that mindset, 3/4 is licked. Next, when do I get out? Now, when we made the 11% return, when we got out, a little bit later, the stock turned red. Still going up, but it turned red. So why would I want to be in there? Because it's telling me from $127 up to 144, it remained red. My candlesticks, the algorithm switched to red, which told me anytime. Let's say I bought some at 128, then I added 1,000 shares at 136, not knowing that the institutions were pulling their money out, saying I didn't have my chart that I designed, where it's not red. So I would have added. And the next morning, I could have woken up and found my stock was down from 135 down to 120. Because that's the dangerous part of a stock, is when you are in a stock and you can't identify whether the institutions are pulling their money out or not. That's why 85% you lose money, because you don't know when to get out. My chart will at least tell you, okay, hey, it's red. If you want to stay in, that's up to you. But this is a high-risk trade. Maybe you get lucky. But why would I want to risk trying to make even another 10%? As the stock keeps going up, it's warning me institutional money is pulling out. It's red. Why? Why would I want to go to bed at night at 135 with the possibility of waking up tomorrow morning and the stock opens up at 123? It makes no sense. You got to know when to get out. So the biggest part in investing is you got to understand this market. It's phony. Since 2000, we got budget deficits are going up $3.8 billion a day. Nobody gives a damn. That's causing the national debt to go up each day by $5 billion. Nobody cares. The total national debt's going up $27 trillion. Nobody cares. We have a negative net worth. Our country, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares the government's spending $6.5 trillion a day, or $6.5 trillion. That's $17.8 billion a day. Nobody cares. All they hear about is Google's going up, Amazon's going up, Tesla's going up, Bitcoin's going up. They don't care about any of this. They're like madmen, and they don't know when to get out. So now we got 4 times the people coming into the market not knowing what they're doing. And you want to be there saying, here, take my stock. You want to always be in a position, here, take mine. If you always, when you're investing, if you always just say to yourself, I'm going to make sure I do mostly trades that are risk-free. What does that mean? What you go in where there's the highest probability of not losing money, meaning you're in that position. You're going to take that little bite. You don't need the whole bite of that cheese, just a little bit of that cheese. And every bite, you do that, and you'll never choke. You'll never choke on your cheese, and you'll have a nice. It's like that steady drip, steady drip, steady drip. People come in, they get big scores and lose money. Big scores and lose. Who wants that? Look, before I run out of time, I just have to say this. And again, I don't get into politics, but I got to say something. This is amazing. Did you see Senator Jamie Raskin? He was the impeachment manager. Let me play the clip. He was on Meet the Press. Now, do you remember? He got caught. Now, remember, it was switched. If the Republicans were on the other side, they'd do the same thing. But he got caught red-handed fabricating evidence. He was cutting and pasting, and he forgot a date. I don't know if you remember that, but he forgot a date. He forgot to change the date, and he got caught in front of whole America, all the world. He's a fraud. So he's ahead of the impeachment group, Raskin. He has the nerve to go on Sunday, Meet the Press, like it's okay. He's treated as a hero. Even the host of Meet the Press, what the hell, what's the idiot's name? Chuck Todd. Instead of saying to him, don't you feel embarrassed? What do you say to your kids when they're watching you on TV and they caught you red-handed taking evidence and cutting and pasting it and manipulating it? What do you say to your kids? No, it was like, it's okay. With Chuck Todd, it's okay. It's okay that you do this. Once you give it was like once you give up your integrity, the rest is a piece of cake. And then he's on there, has the nerve to come on and say this.
Well, I think it was a dramatic success in historical terms. It was the largest impeachment.
No, it wasn't a success because you manipulated the evidence. If you were in trial, you'd be put in jail. But this is this guy's character. In reverse, the Republicans would do the same thing. But can you imagine? Then you got Eric Sewall. Here's this Eric Sewall, I call him, married, right? He makes a deal with his Chinese spy. He's sitting on the intelligence committee. He'll give her secrets on the intelligence committee for sex. And then they put him, Pelosi puts him on the impeachment panel, the Judge Trump, a guy who makes a deal with a Chinese spy, and in return you give me sex, and I'll give you state secrets. I'll give you our government secrets. Oh, I got to go down the road now. Let's not go to bed. I got to go down the road because I got to go to the Hill because I got to judge the character of Donald Trump. What is going on? I don't care if you hate Trump. I don't care if you hate him. Anybody with decency, I don't care who's being impeached. If you saw the characters doing the impeaching, who are putting themselves above them, who are sitting in judgment, are taking the evidence and rigging it, and cheating and fraudulently cutting and pasting it, and it's okay. So this guy, who's got a real hair problem, Raskin, you ever see this guy's hair? He tells so many lies, his hair's falling off his head. So you got two people that are sitting, and I don't care if you hate Trump. Nobody should be sitting in judgment of another who has character like these two. If you hate Trump, it's still not justify it. You can be hateful, but still not justified. What are we coming to? It's amazing. Well, that's all I got to say about that. Going back to the stock market. Look, right now, nobody cares about anything when it comes to the stock market. They don't care that the Federal Reserve, think what they're doing, printing money. They go to companies that are broke, and they're going in and printing money or borrowing money. And by the way, remember, all this stimulus money, this $2 trillion that he's doing, they borrow that from you and me or China. They sell us treasuries. That's all debt. That's going to go on top of the debt we have now. You can't gain anywhere. You can't grow the economy. This is like one of the biggest Ponzi schemes ever. So please take advantage of this. Every time they announce the stimulus, get in the market. Just stay with your big tech stock ETF or semiconductor ETF. That's where all the money's going. In the semis, or they're going anything tech. So you do just XLK ETF or SMH ETF, or if you want to do the banks, do the small mid cap KRE, because they got to push the banks up. And again, try my chart for 10 days. It's free. And it'll tell you when to get out. 85% of you lose money because you don't know when to get out. But it works. It tells you it's free for 10 days. You'll see it works. But we can't continue down this road. We have stopped growing our economy to push the stock market up for the last 13 years. For 13 years, we stopped growing our economy because these crooks, both the Republicans and the Democrats, all they're doing is want the stock market to keep going up. So let's take advantage of it. But how about you and I getting out together at the right time? And when we do, we can take some of that money and give it to St. Jude. How about that? Let's make a deal with each other. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.